Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you how I made a little bit over $2,500. $2,500 today, trading these series of different ETFs. Well, I actually just traded one specific ETF, so let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. Wow. I'm a little bit too close to the screen. So again, for those that are not familiar with who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. I run the largest YouTube channel. I have a little bit over 465,000 subscribers. I upload 2 videos almost every single day about, either what it is that I'm kind of like watching, or certain like helpful videos about like usually investing in the stock market. I also run the largest free Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market called TechBot Solutions. We have a little bit over 182,000 members, and then we also have a free Discord chat that once you get accepted to our free Facebook group, it's just that first link right on over here. So I traded live with the Learn Plan Profit group this morning, so I'm going to show you guys all this, but let me kind of like show you where we're at. So the only ETF that I traded today was DGAS. I made a video about it yesterday, and this is something that I want to talk about. So I talked about DGAS and the potential of profit that it had to cover and stuff like that. Again, it was all just based off of like technical analysis. Although I saw that natural gas, well, that DGAS would have been up 10%. One of the things that I noticed is that, I don't know if you guys saw this, but let me actually just move this right on over here. I do apologize for the delay. Here we go. I'm just going to make it a full screen. All right, here we go. So, wow, natural gas just had a really nice push up. But pretty much what I was talking about yesterday was like, DGAS had a huge, or natural gas had a huge sell-off. So this is / NG. I'm using the Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. And one of the things that we identified very early on was that this is where it closed out on Friday. And then at Sunday around 3 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, the futures opened for natural gas. And there was a huge sell-off, right? Huge sell-off. This would have put DGAS up 10% and UGAS down about 10%. One of the things that we identified was that it really began to consolidate, and then later around like midnight to 1 o'clock, we saw that there was a huge push up on natural gas, so it recovered quite a bit. And I was watching this all morning. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning today, really just watching kind of like how the future was trading, because it has a direct correlation to DGAS and UGAS. I was really hoping that natural gas would hold down here, and that it would have this push of recovery when the market opened. That would have been really nice for me, as I would have loved to scalp this. But then I saw that it really built a really strong resistance. So this is what I figured out. Do you see a common resistance? So again, it does sometimes hit highs of 2.98, maybe even sometimes of 2.99. I really like to focus on conservative support and resistance levels. And one thing that I noticed is that it had a very common support right around 2.96 and a very common resistance right around 2.98, 2.976 if you want to be exact. The market doesn't open until 7:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, but because I have the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, I'm able to trade during pre-market hours as early as 5 a.m. So when I woke up at around 4:30, again, right around 5 a.m., one thing that I started to see is that, here, let me show you this real quick. So one thing that I started to see was that natural gas began to sell off around this time. So again, it was at that resistance of 2.97. I knew that natural gas was not a good deal. So one thing that I noticed was that DGAS was showing signs of an uptrend, right? It was showing signs of an uptrend right around that 5 o'clock period. So again, I identified a horizontal support and resistance. I was taking advantage of those opportunities, and that's really all I played out today. I took a position also when I was trading live with the Learn Plan Profit group. That's that second link in the description. They get to watch me trade live every single morning, but I simply just tried to identify these like ranges of like these low points, these high points, then lock in profits, these low points, these high points, and then lock in profits. And it looks like it's kind of just been playing around those specific ranges during pre-market hours and even during normal market hours as of right now. Now total on the day, I'm up $2,500, 25,501 to be exact, and it's all just with DGAS. Again, this is something that I literally hit my weekly goal in one day. I'm trading with $30,000, so $30,000 to about $35,000 was my average position size right now. So you guys can do the math of what that correlates on over to percentage growth. But I just identified these like small pockets. It really was based off of the pattern on natural gas that I identified like the high points and the low points, the high points and the low points. And all I was doing during pre-market hours was trying to scalp that. I was locking in profits very conservatively. And one of the, again, like one of the things that I want to talk about in this video was kind of like what I did today in the live stream within the Learn Plan Profit group. There was this resistance based off of pre-market highs at around 123 to 124. And DGAS had a sell-off. I took a 100 share position size around like 123.3, and then it started showing signs of an uptrend. I added more to my position. I think I was in with 250 shares for all those that tuned in for the Learn Plan Profit live stream. And one of the things that I noticed is like, yes, it does have the potential to go back up to 123 or 124, but again, and this is like the whole premise of this video. I'm already up a certain dollar amount that exceeds by a good amount my daily goal. So one thing that I was trying to focus on was being a little bit more conservative with locking in profits. And that's really, I think, what has led to my success today when it came down to trading. I mean, I recently just sold at around, if I'm not mistaken, where was it? 126.1 is when I got filled. So right around this general area. Again, I saw the middle view up. I saw that it can continue to uptrend, but I was just like, hey, I'm up a certain dollar amount. I'm just going to lock in profits. Same thing when it came down to trading live with the Learn Plan Profit group. I identified the sell-off. There's a decent margin of profit. I like the direction of it actively uptrending. I waited for the break above the EMA line to add more to my position size. So I first bought 100 shares here around the 120.33, and then it broke above like 120.50 or above the EMA line, and I added an additional 150 shares. I was in with 250, and then when I saw that there was a resistance right around the 121 or 122, I ended up locking in profits right away. If I'm not mistaken, it was right around like 121 like 83 or something like that. Again, I was very content, very happy. There wasn't huge margins, but that's all I was doing today. I was just very focused on locking in profits consistently, walking away, and making sure that I don't give back any of the profits that I feel that I worked so hard for. And I think this could really put it into perspective. I don't know how many of you guys have ever done this when it comes down to you being up on the day, and there's just this kind of like this like form of aggressiveness that I really start to I become more selective and more conservative when I already made money on the day, right? I already hit my daily goal, I exceeded my daily goal. I could either walk away and not trade anymore, or really wait for great opportunities to present themselves, meaning that really good margin of profit, making sure that I'm not getting in and trying to overtrade, but being extremely selective. I think that's one of the best practices that I wanted to share with you guys today. Is I know multiple times I've been up and I exceeded my daily goal, and instead of walking away, again, I still see a lot of opportunity, but I just like scalp every like 0.5% or 1% margin, and I'm just like, why? Like, that's not worth it. I'm already up a certain dollar amount. I don't want to give back any of the profits. So then I become a little bit more selective. So instead of how I was trading during pre-market hours, I was looking for 2% pockets or 2% margin to profit. Now I might be a little bit more selective and wait for 3 to 5% margin to profit. And those might be something that might be a little bit more of value to me, because again, I want to focus on quality. I want to make sure that I focus on locking in profits and that I don't give back into the profits that I already, worked so hard for. So that was pretty much the premise of the day, is knowing when to walk away. And on top of that, if you don't want to walk away because you see a decent amount of opportunity on the day, 100% I understand where you're coming from. It's just a little friendly reminder to be a little bit more selective with what you choose to trade when you're already up on the day, or if you're under the PDT rule, right? You're given 3 opportunities to make the most of it, and you want to make sure that just the risk is worth it. That's the easiest way to put it. So, that's really just it. So what's going on, Rabi? What's going on, Bowie? What's going on, Eva? Eva. So, I had an absolute blast trading with the Learn Plan Profit team today, and that's really just it. So again, if you want to join our free group and our free Discord chat, it's going to be that first link in the description. We have a little bit over 182,000 people, like I told you, within our free Facebook group. We're the largest one out there. But if you would like to kind of like get to watch me trade live every single day and see me buy and see me sell and ask me questions in real time, there's just so much information and so many questions that you might have as you're watching me trade live. And the really beautiful thing about that is that I answer it for you as I'm trading, and I try to commentate while I'm trading and giving you examples of why I took a position, why I'm selling here, why I'm buying there, and stuff like that. So huge sell-off right now on DGAS, huge push-up on natural gas. Natural gas is now becoming super overextended, or overbought, so it's going to be interesting to see if we see this thing end up pulling back. So really happy that I was able to walk away with locking in profits, $2,500 on the day. I'm so thankful, so blessed. Just a little friendly reminder, again, if you want to be in a position where you can make money by investing money, that's a blessing. That's something that you have to earn. It's not something that anybody deserves. So what is it that you're going to implement this 2019 to be in that position where you can make money by investment? It's going to take time. You need to be extremely selective, extremely patient, and I still think that paper trading is the best way on how to get started. But if you would like to stay connected and work with me on a closer basis, then again, be sure to click that second link in the description. And I'd love to message you or just have a conversation with you every single day. And on top of that, you get to watch me trade live, so you get to see kind of like my thought process and become a little bit more well versed with how it is that I trade in the stock market. So really do appreciate you guys' time. It would mean the world to me if you guys can give this video a thumbs up. I wish you guys a beautiful rest of your Monday. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be your drive to success. Subscribe if you guys have not subscribed already, if that's okay with you. But altogether, let's focus on those good deals. Let's talk in profits. Let's be selective. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.